field.
And that is caught. On first down is Bortles. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will get this into the... For that game-changing play, you feel like it's coming. The first... That's caught inside the 20. And all the way...
Open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he is in. Touchdown.
I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations.
And he is in. Touchdown.
It should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Oakland Raiders. So with that, let's get out to the East Bay and Oakland, California. On the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Carr. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Eluding the pressure right. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there. Carr to Nelson, 54 yards.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over it. Carr now to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, maybe said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing now is Bortles. The open man is Westbrook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
That one good for 14 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken around the 12. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their own 22.
380.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
380.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Leonard Fournette. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he's got Moncrief. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take him the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route. 5
yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Ben Koyak from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming the first set. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jordy Nelson, 71 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Keelan Cole now to return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
He goes underneath for Yeldon. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face a third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And the Raiders have got him. Khalil Mack able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning.
Well, a hit and a loose football.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. So we've reached halftime. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the 2nd half.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 40. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Justin Ellis in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Bortles going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Jordy Nelson now trotting back out there on offense. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people.
A third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's fourth.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
What a spin. And now running right through it. Spinning again.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Carr now on first down. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine quarterback, there to make the play defensively.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was the free safety to Sean Gibson who was able to range over and knock it away. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. It's caught. Nelson. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. A big scene, and he might go all the way. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the ball.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, 36 yards. And a forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Raiders.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
To Vecchio now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Right, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more. And the Raiders have got him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And he almost almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
A good pickup there at 22. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Bortles. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw is Bortles. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Back to throw, Bortles. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Bortles to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
First down, the run with Lynch. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A spin. And now the juke. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Carr gives to Marshawn. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Oh, refusing to go down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. On 2nd down, Lynch. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 11 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Well, I know it points in the